Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Lacey. Today what I want to have a look at is Mendel through to Watson and Crick. Mendel, as you know, was the father of genetics and inheritance. Watson and Crick won the Nobel Prize for figuring out that DNA was the mechanism by which that happened. So let's just have a little look. We'll look at a bit of Mendel's work, a little bit of the cell and some DNA, then go to some reading and some practice for you. So here we go. Just while we're doing this, I'll let you know this is the first time I've constructed a lesson in this fashion. Now, just again to give you a little bit of an update and a go, here is a really handsome trio, myself, my older brother, and my oldest brother. And as you can see, there's some similarities, but there's also some differences. When I grow a beard, it's white, and I look just like this, my oldest brother right over here. Of course, it's really important that we be able to be similar to each other because our parents were healthy. And it's also important that we be slightly different because we'll all have a slightly different odds of essentially having children later on. So here is, yeah, going to tuck that away. Can you tell that these people are related to each other? Again, this is my sister, and this is her daughter. You can look at the eyes and the mouth. There's some similarities there, but even in the hairline, but also that there's differences. And this is a recurring theme in biology, a recurring theme in the topic of evolution. So let's go back to these puppies right here. There's a pea plant, all sorts of attributes, height, color, flower, size. Gregor Mendel, who I've managed to lose, he was here somewhere, he looked at them and said, we can look at a variety of different things. And he went for whether the pea was smooth or bumpy, green or yellow, colors, and even just the shape of the pods. And he was actually able to interbreed various peas and produce different characteristics. We had a look at and this is where the flower is. And we had a look at tall and short. And so let's just do that again, just ever so briefly. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Okay, I have to get rid of this. I'll put that on. I'm going to construct for myself a discard pile. There we are. Okay, plants are tall or short. That's what they look like. Mendel was able to grow purebred tall, purebred short or dwarf, and then he interbred them. We had a look at this earlier. The results were astounding to Mendel. If you mix a tall and a short, they all end up looking tall. But there, he hypothesized, was a contribution from the short that was not evident in the plant. Something you can do with plants, but not with animals, is that you can cross-mate them this way. And so, in fact, the offspring, which had a tall and a short component, they were mated together. And whenever you got a tall and a tall component, the plant was tall. But interestingly, if one was tall and one was short, it was still tall. Only if you had two shorts did you get a short. Now, what I want to add to this was that, and this is something that that Mendel had no idea about, that chemicals called proteins are what the inheritance, the genes, are important for. And as all of you know, all of you being some stage of puberty, of the many things that happen when you reach puberty, I see if I can spell this right, is growth hormone. Now, all of you have it, because I've met all of you. If you might say, well, I'm a little bit tall of stature, maybe I have more. Maybe you do. And maybe if you're short of stature, you may be thinking, I didn't get any. You sure did. Unless you're 3 feet tall, you got growth hormone. And there are individual differences. Well, your body produces them and sends the signal to grow. So do plants. Here's the deal. This one doesn't produce growth hormone. That's what its job is. It doesn't say be short. It says produce growth hormone. It produces a hormone that is malfunctioning and doesn't work. It actually produces a wrong one. This produces a hormone that works. So, if you get 2 genes, both of them, 1 and 2, both produce the hormone and it grows tall. The interesting thing is that if one produces it and the other does not, you still have enough growth hormone. A little does the whole job. A little, half the growth hormone, still brings it to full height. It's only when neither produces growth hormone that you get a stunted growth. So this idea of dominance that was set up, I can't really write this, that was discovered by Mendel, essentially means it's not that one tall dominates or beats over short. They both produce hormones. One doesn't work. If you have a little or a lot, then you get full growth. That's just a little bit of a look into that. Now let's see if I can erase this. I'm going to pause.